Hello, hi, how are you friends? Welcome to MDS Coaching Institute Korotla. I am your coach Mohammad Sohail. So friends, in this video we are discussing a topic that is 6th Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, the total history and biography of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. So let's see the today's topic, the total history of Aurangzeb. So friends, let's see the today's topic, Aurangzeb, the sixth Mughal emperor. The sixth Mughal emperor. Reign of Aurangzeb was 31st July 1658 to 3rd March 1707. The reign means rule. How many years did Aurangzeb had ruled? 1658 to 1707 means nearly half century he has ruled all over the India, not over India but Pakistan, Lahore, Karachi, Bangladesh, Ceylon, Sri Lanka. So the proverb on him is he was the king from Cape Comorin to Kabul. So he had acquired so many places and ruled all over India. In Mughal Emperor, most of the eminent six rulers, the most eminent ruler was Akbar, and the next after Akbar, it is none other than Aurangzeb. So 49 years he had ruled. So predecessor means before Aurangzeb, who was the ruler of Mughal Emperor, means it is 5th Mughal Emperor, none other than it is Shah Jahan. Successor after Aurangzeb, Muhammad Azam Shah, and he better known as Bahadur Shah I, he became the 7th Mughal Emperor. But the most eminent and prominent Mughal emperors are up to 6, that is Aurangzeb. So when was Aurangzeb born? Aurangzeb was born on 4th November 1618 in Dahod. In this Dahod place is present in the present day Gujarat state in Mughal Empire. And when he died on 3rd March 1707, aged 88 years. In the age of 88, in 1707, Aurangzeb died in Ahmednagar, and this Ahmednagar is present in now present day Maharashtra state. So after burial, means tomb of Aurangzeb tomb is in Huldabad. Where it is Aurangzeb tomb is present? Huldabad. It is in Aurangabad, and Aurangabad is in Maharashtra state. So consort means the wife of Aurangzeb, Dilras Banu Begum. She was the first wife of Aurangzeb and the chief wife. And in the memory of Dilras Banu Begum, Aurangzeb built a mini Taj Mahal. It is Bibi Ka Maqbara in Aurangabad, in the beloved of his wife Dilras Banu Begum. In front topic, I will show the pictures of Bibi Ka Maqbara mini Taj Mahal and discuss about it. So next, the father of Aurangzeb was Shah Jahan, the 5th Mughal emperor, and the mother was Mumtaz Mahal, in which her memory Taj Mahal was built. So the religion of Aurangzeb was Sunni Islam. So next, Aurangzeb, a brief story about Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb full name is Muhyiddin Muhammad, and also known as Aurangzeb. Short form, better known as Aurangzeb. Full name is Muhyiddin Muhammad, or by his title Alamgir. Or Aurangzeb can be also called as Alamgir. Alamgir means the conqueror of the world conqueror, and was the 6th emperor of the Mughal Empire. And he was the 6th emperor of Mughal Empire. He ruled over most of the Indian subcontinents to Islamic Sharia. He ruled all over Indian subcontinent, most of the part of the southern India. His reign lasted for 49 years from 1658 until his death in 1707. Aurangzeb ruled almost for nearly 50 years, that is 49 years, 1658 to 1707, for longest time in the Mughal Empire. During this time, Aurangzeb greatly expanded the territory of the Mughal Empire. After Akbar the Great, the third Mughal emperor, Akbar expanded its Mughal Empire all over the north, and the Aurangzeb greatly expanded the territory of Mughal Empire to the south. So these two are the most and more eminent and prominent rulers who expanded their territories to the larger extent. So he was constantly at war. Aurangzeb was very serious about war. If he doesn't like it, he suddenly started war. Victories in the south explained the empire to more than 4 million square kilometers. In South India, 4 million square kilometers was under the control of Aurangzeb, and his empire was the world largest economy, valued 25% of the world's GDP. And at the time of the rule of Aurangzeb, his GDP gross domestic product was the world's largest economy, valued 25%, means world's 100%. In that 25% was only Aurangzeb, from which he collected taxes from his ruling territories. So he was the last great and powerful ruler of the Mughal dynasty. In the Mughal Empire, after Aurangzeb, Bahadur Shah 1, Shah Alam 1, Shah Alam 2, Alamgir 2, so many rulers, 17, 18 rulers are present, but the most eminent and prominent are up to Aurangzeb, and he was the great and the powerful ruler of the Mughal Empire, Aurangzeb, and he was the last. Aurangzeb was the last emperor. After his death, the power of Mughal Empire declined quickly. After the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, so a Mughal Empire had fall down. Aurangzeb was well educated. Aurangzeb was well educated person. He completed Fatwa Alamgiri, which served as the Islamic law of India. He also completed Islamic law of India, Fatwa Alamgiri. His full name was Abdul Muzaffar Muhyiddin Muhammad Aurangzeb. His full name was Muzaffar Muhyiddin Muhammad Aurangzeb. His imperial title was Alamgir. Which means the world conqueror. Okay, friends. So next, see Aurangzeb reforms. He reintroduced the practice of jizya, which is 2.5% of an individual's annual savings. Akbar abolished jizya tax from the people, but Aurangzeb reimposed it in his rule, which is 2.5% of an individual's annual savings. In 1 year, how much the individual save, he should give 2.5% of it as a jizya tax in the rule of Aurangzeb, and banned the old Hindu practice of Sutti. Old Hindu practice culture Sutti was also banned in Aurangzeb rule. He banned the consumption of alcohol and singing at court. Nobody should drink alcohol and nobody should sing in the court. Aurangzeb laid such reforms. He was popular with traders as he abolished the local taxes. So Aurangzeb abolished most of the local taxes. So it's became very easy to the traders to come and trade in his territory. So next, friends, in early life, Aurangzeb's early life. Aurangzeb was the third son of the Emperor Shah Jahan and the Mumtaz Mahal. Aurangzeb was the third son of the Emperor's fifth Emperor, Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, and his mother was Mumtaz Mahal. He showed signs of military and administrative ability early. Aurangzeb was very sharp in his childhood. He showed his military and administrative ability in very less age. These qualities, combined with a taste for power, brought him into rivalry with his eldest brother, the brilliant and the volatile Dara Shikoh, who was designated by their father as his successor to the throne. So these qualities grow up in the Aurangzeb, and it combined and formed into a power, and he want to become the successor to the throne after his father Shah Jahan. But the Shah Jahan elder son Dara Shikoh should be successor to the throne, Shah Jahan thought. But from 1636, Aurangzeb held a number of important appointments, in all of which he distinguished himself. Means Aurangzeb in 1636 has done brilliant works which he was given by his ruler. He commanded troops against the Uzbeks and the Persians with distinction, and viceroy as the Deccan provinces in 2 terms, reduced the 2 Muslim Deccan kingdoms to near subjection. He commanded troops against Uzbekistan, now present Uzbekistan, the Persians, Iraq, Iran, with distinction in 1646 to 1647, and the Deccan provinces viceroy. He became the Deccan provinces viceroy in 2 terms, 1636 to 1644 and 1654 to 1658. And when Shah Jahan fell seriously ill in 1657, when the 5th emperor of Mughal emperor of Shah Jahan fell seriously ill in 1657, the tension between the 2 brothers made a war of succession seem inevitable. Means who are the 2 brothers? The Aurangzeb and his eldest brother Dara Shikoh. Then who be the successor to the throne? Only one can become the successor to the throne. So in front I will tell you, by the time of Shah Jahan's unexpected recovery, matters had gone too far either son to retreat in the struggle for power. For to gain power and to access the throne, Dara Shikoh and Aurangzeb has struggling inside most to become the ruler. Aurangzeb showed tactical and strategic military skills, great powers of dissimulation and ruthless determination. Aurangzeb from childhood he is a very brave kid, and he has tactical and strategic military skills and very powerful determination also, and great powers he has. So he has given the title of brave because in childhood he escaped from the elephant's war, from the death of elephant. So decisively defeating Dara Shikoh at Samogarh in May 1658, he confined his father in his own place at Agra. So here Aurangzeb, the battle of Samogarh, very important here, the questions may be framed from here. So between whom and whom the battle of Samogarh was happened, means it is none other than the 2 brothers Dara Shikoh and Aurangzeb, and Aurangzeb won in this battle, and he confined his father in his own place at Agra, and in Agra fort he put his father in jail, Shah Jahan. In consolidating his brother, Aurangzeb caused one brother's death and had 2 brothers, a son and a nephew executed. Aurangzeb executed another 2 brothers and a son and a nephew because he wanted to become the ruler. So this was the earlier life about Aurangzeb. Now we will see as an emperor, Mughal emperor, what were the reforms and the works that has been done by the Aurangzeb. Emperor of India, Aurangzeb's reign fell into 2 almost equal parts. During this period, he was much occupied with safeguarding the northwest from Persians and Central Asian Turks, and also less to with Maratha chief Shivaji, who twice plundered the great port of Surat. The port of Surat, 1664 and 1670, the Shivaji occupied it. Aurangzeb applied his great father Akbar's recipe. What was Akbar's recipe? Defeat one's enemies, reconcile them, and place them in imperial service. This is the recipe of his grandfather Akbar. Thus Shivaji was defeated. Shivaji was defeated by Aurangzeb. called to Agra for reconciliation to maintain friendship. For friendship, he called Agra. Who called Aurangzeb called Shivaji in 1666 and given an imperial rank given by Aurangzeb to Shivaji. The plan broke down. However, Shivaji fled to Deccan. Shivaji went to Deccan and died in 1680 as the independent ruler of Maratha kingdom. Okay, friends. So after, the first sign of change was the reimposition of jizya. Jizya was abolished by Akbar and reimposed by Aurangzeb. In 1679, the tax was abolished by Akbar. This is in turn was followed by a Rajput revolt in 1680-81, supported by Aurangzeb's third son Akbar. So revolt was broke up because jizya tax was reimposed. Hindus still served the empire but no longer with enthusiasm. The Deccan kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda were conquered in 1686 and 87. Aurangzeb abolished most of the Golconda fort parts and Bijapur fort parts and acquired them and conquered them. But the insecurity that followed precipitated in long incipient economic crisis, which is turned as deepened by warfare with the Marathas. Shivaji's son Sambhaji was captured and executed in 1689 and his kingdom broken up. Shivaji's son was Sambhaji. He was captured by Aurangzeb in 1689 and has been executed in his kingdom, and kingdom was broken up by Aurangzeb. Thus the Marathas, however, then adopted guerrilla tactics all over southern India and made us sympathetic. Then the Marathas adopted the guerrilla tactics to spread their kingdom. After this, Aurangzeb's absence in the south prevented him from maintaining his former hold on the north. So Aurangzeb was not much. He was absent in the south, maintaining his position in north. The southern administration was weakened, and the process was hated by land Mughal grantees who were assigned on the land revenues. So, as in the case of Satnamis and the Sikhs in Punjab, and revolt was broke out in Punjab. So, in 1675, Aurangzeb arrested and executed the Sikh Guru, the spiritual leader Tej Bahadur Singh, and the succeeding Guru was Guru Gobind Singh, who was a rebellion for the rest Aurangzeb's reign. So next, Aurangzeb maintained the empire for nearly half of a century, means nearly 49 years. Aurangzeb has ruled as far in the Tanjore, now it is Tanjavur, and Tiruchirappalli, now Tiruchirappalli in Kerala, where Aurangzeb died after a reign of nearly 49 years. He has ruled. The failure of the Mughals to cope with the reign of his son Bahadur Shah I led to the collapse of the empire in mid-18th century, and after the last ruler of the Mughal, Bahadur Shah I, led to the total collapse of the Mughal empire in 18th century. So friends, now we'll see the constructions by the Aurangzeb. Unlike his father, Aurangzeb was not much interested in architecture. Shah Jahan was most interested in architecture, but Aurangzeb had some little bit of interest. Aurangzeb constructed a small marble mosque known as Moti Masjid, Pearl Masjid. It is in Red Fort. See, I have this is the picture of Pearl Masjid, which is present in Red Fort. And he ordered the construction of Badshahi Mosque in Lahore. It is now present in Pakistan. Badshahi Mosque. This is the Badshahi Mosque present in Lahore, constructed by the Aurangzeb. He also constructed a mosque on Benares. The mosque he constructed in Srinagar, Jammu Kashmir, is still the largest in Kashmir. And the structure of Bibi Ka Maqbara in Aurangabad, which now a historical moment. Aurangzeb, in remembrance of their mother, the inspiration came from Taj Mahal. So same as it is, this look like a Taj Mahal, and it is also called as mini Taj Mahal, Bibi Ka Maqbara, constructed by Aurangzeb in the beloved wife and in memory of Dilraz Banu Begum. This is it is now present, and it is a very tourist place in Maharashtra, Aurangabad. It is smaller in size, less than Taj Mahal, Agra. So next, see here, Aurangzeb full imperial title. Aurangzeb has some titles: Al Sultan, Al Azam, Al Khakhan, Al Mukarram Hazrat, Abul Muzaffar Muhyiddin Muhammad Aurangzeb, and Bahadur Alamgir I, Badshah Ghazi, Shahinshah Sultanat wa Hindiya wal Mughaliya. So maybe some questions from maybe asked from here also, group exams. Alamgir one maybe asked because it was an imperial title given to Aurangzeb. So after we will see the coins of Aurangzeb. This is the half rupee, which was run in Aurangzeb period, and it is rupee coins showing full name, Aurangzeb's full name, and rupee with square area, and this is a copper dam of Aurangzeb. So friends, this is the total history and total biography of the sixth and the greatest and the eminent prominent ruler of India in the Mughal Empire, Aurangzeb. So if you like this video, share it, like it, and comment it. If you have any doubts, you can type in comment section. And so stay home, stay safe. I will meet you in the next video. Thank you.